Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Q&A. So I posted on Instagram saying that I wanted some more questions, and I also posted on Twitter just now, and a few people have responded to that. But for this one, I will primarily be taking the questions off of Instagram because I posted that one first. But if you want to be involved in these Q&As, or at least have a chance to, because obviously I can't answer every single question, my Twitter is @OnTerror and then Instagram is @MusicManOnTerror. So the link for those are down below. For today, it's just the Q&A. I'm not really doing a lot. I've actually just been setting up the studio and stuff because come the final season, I actually want to be in my videos. And so right now is a lot of planning, and I'm looking at, I know exactly the type of style that I want in my videos. There are a few YouTubers actually that when I look at the like visually anyways, their camera quality is just amazing. And a lot of it is editing and you know, post-production work, but that is definitely what I want to do. If I'm going to be in my videos, finally, I want to do that. And I also have to work on, you know, structuring my videos and filming it. Cause I think doing videos, it's totally different. Like what is it going to be? 10 minutes of me talking with no edits at all? Like, would you guys prefer that, or would you like edits to like jump cuts and things that are a little bit faster? Because it's a totally different format. You know, there would be pauses and stuff. I can't keep talking the way I do, like, because it's been only audio. You know, I can't leave a lot of dead air. But in a video, there's a lot of other things that you're looking at, so I kind of can. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm excited to get all of that going, and that's definitely gonna be gearing up for the final season. But let's get into the first question here that I do see from Roland Forever. Do you think that CRM will play a role in the Walking Dead final season at all? I think they will in some sense. It's not going to be something that is the main focus. It's not even going to be like this side story or something, but I think there will be Easter eggs. There might be a little hint towards something, because they will find out that Rick is alive. They will. Daryl and Carol, they're going to find out from Judith. They're going to find out from someone, but how, right? Is it going to be from, does Judith return or something like that? Is it going to be from the helicopter? Like, does Judith return saying, Rick needs your help? Like, we need you guys? Or do they find out from Virgil? Like, there's going to be a lot of things like that definitely introduces the CRM in that respect, but I don't think it's going to be a big storyline. Honestly, I think what's probably going to be the biggest part of this is just that they find out Rick's alive. Mason Dahl asks, how many episodes, if any, will Rick and Michonne be in the final season? If anything, just the final episode. I don't think there's, and also if it's in the final episode, it's going to be like a final scene type of thing. And if you read the comic, you know what I'm talking about. It'll be like that. They won't be a part of the Commonwealth story because they got to be in the movies. And Michonne just left, so there's just no way. But if they do that 20-year time jump, we could see them in that last episode, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Na_Mizzy asks, are there any other Walking Dead universe channels that you watch or are a fan of? I don't watch anything now. I used to watch Trev's channel, and I watched Make a Path Presents, and I kind of just don't watch any anymore. And it's more because I do it, right? It's more because I am posting videos and talking about it. I just don't really have the time, and I'm also just giving my opinions on things kind of thing, right? So it's like, I think once you start to do it, you start to watch less of it, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of them, they don't watch me or anyone else just because you have a lot of other things to do. And also it's like people just giving their opinions, and you can give your own on your own channel kind of thing. So I don't really watch anything now. All I watch on YouTube is Angry Joe and hockey highlights. Andrew Sherry 9 asks, what do you think will be the catalyst for the Daryl/Carol show? Rick, journey to New Mexico? I don't know about New Mexico, because, yeah, I know Carol said that, but it's going to be Rick, I think. Daryl and Carol are going to find out in this final season that Rick's alive. Like, definitely. There's no way they can just leave it like that, because Judith knows. And what, is that just not going to come up? Is Michonne not returning ever going to come up? Like, they have to address it. It's the final season. You want to hit an emotional moment like that. So they are going to address that. That is going to be the motivation for the movies. And I think New Mexico, maybe they go there, but I think that was more symbolic for they just want to go somewhere, right? And I think in the spinoff, maybe eventually once they find Rick, once everything is calmed down, they defeat the CRM or whatever the hell they do there, then they go to New Mexico, right? Like, that is something that in 20 years time, they'll be there. So in the final season, maybe we get some kind of hint, like Carol's not in that episode, but maybe we learn, or maybe she just returns and she's just returned from New Mexico with Daryl. right? So we see them all old, but they've just come back, and like we don't know what's happened in those 20 years, but we know that at some point she went to New Mexico, she lived happily ever after, sort of thing. Cameron_noise asks, do you enjoy Fear or The Walking Dead more lately? Well, I would say Fear just because we just came off of those 6 bonus episodes, so I would say Fear. But I mean, going into the final season, I'm obviously really excited for that. So like as of now, because Fear is over and the excitement from that has kind of died down and it's over, we'll wait until Comic-Con to talk about it again, or in October when it premieres. Right now, it's kind of The Walking Dead final season. I'm so excited that the trailer is coming out in 2 weeks. A lot of stuff is happening this summer. I'm super excited. So I would say The Walking Dead right now. And that's kind of just happened. Kyle_Martinez94 asks, what do you think Strand's End Game will be? Strand's End Game. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking he's just going to be a villain and just die. Like, I don't know if he's ever going to come back from that. And if he does, like, the thing is, I almost want to just see him die. And it's like a tragic ending to that character's story, because there's been a lot of characters on this show, on both shows, I guess, that have been good and have kind of turned evil, and then maybe saw like some type of redemption, or there would be evil characters turning good. Like they kind of go full circle. And so in that sense, would Strand, if he became good again and whatever, like I think it would be interesting to just kill Strand off, because it would be similar to killing Shane off, right? When they killed Shane off, it was so tragic. And when you see how Shane died, it still sticks with you because it's just so sad. And if Strand dies in a very similar way because he was just too selfish, well, I'll always love the character that much more because he's so complex. You're going to look back at that guy and be like, I can't believe that he turned out that way, but it was always there. He struggled, but ultimately it failed. And I think we need some real characters like that, because some people never change. It really is as simple as that. Arnett asks, if Madison came back to Fear, how do you think they'd bring her back and weave her into the story? I kind of feel like she's been gone so long that it would feel weird seeing her back. Like, yeah, it would be a little weird seeing her back, but I think people would accept her with open arms. Like, I'm totally fine with her coming back. And I think that what you would need to do is more handle the main character side to it. But I think they're doing everything right. And I would say the best thing to do, because I know Madison was like the lead character of the show, but I think if you're bringing her back, don't bring her back in that respect. Maybe eventually she'll work her way up to that again, but have her in just like they have, Strand or other characters in the season. Have Morgan your main focus still, and then you can sort of go transition into that kind of thing. But I think, that's how I would do it, because I think it would be kind of shocking if she just came in out of nowhere and she was the main focus, right? Grimes.Green asks, do you think killing Carl was a mistake, or in hindsight, is the show better off without him? Nah, honestly, it's a mistake. Like, it's been years and I still hate it. It hasn't benefited the show at all. Like, they literally had to substitute Judith in for Carl, because when they killed Carl off, it changed so much. And I think that's the one thing Angela Kang did so right, is they did that 6-year time jump after Rick left. If anything, Rick leaving the show has made the show better. It's a weird thing, because I think if Rick stayed there, they wouldn't have done that 6-year time jump. Things wouldn't have been refreshed. We wouldn't be getting the movies. There wouldn't be this whole universe expanding. Rick would have been there, and we would have just went into the next arc, and it would have been set on that same timeline. Things could have gotten a lot more stale. And so I think what they did with Rick leaving in that refresher, and then you expand into the whole CRM, you jump forward 6 years, you make Judith that much older, where the show is completely refreshed, feels very different. That's what you do. But they had to do all of that because Rick left. And why did Andrew Lincoln leave? I mean, he wanted to get off the show too, because he wanted to do movies and stuff. But Carl was the main thing. As soon as Carl was gone, Andrew Lincoln was going to leave, because they're like, what's the point in Rick at that point? So they had to change a lot up and do a lot after killing Carl. And looking back at it, I mean, I guess in that sense, like, maybe Carl's death made the show better, but yeah, I don't know. There was just a lot of repairing and fixing things up. And so, I don't know, I guess that is up for debate as to what actually happened. Because if you think that, like, technically what made it better was Angela Kang coming in and actually changing a lot of those things. Because, man, she's made the show so amazing. And I'm not saying anything bad about Gimple. I just think as a showrunner, it kind of ran its course. He was really good at the beginning, but then he just made some, choices I definitely disagree with later on. And he's definitely better at running the Walking Dead universe. Like, he's doing a really awesome job at that right now. Caleb_Walsh asks, do you think Judith and Herschel Jr. will have any conflict this season involving Negan? Well, I've been wanting that for a while, so I definitely hope so. I've been wanting to get that for like a really long time, and so I'm hoping that it does happen, because that was something I've always envisioned with the characters, was that Judith loves Negan. Herschel, I'm assuming, would hate Negan. And so I'm hoping that there's some conflict there. It's hard because maybe not yet, because they're kids, right? But when they're like teenagers, then I think probably. All right, now transition to some of the Twitter questions here. Michael Gordon asks, would you have preferred that the Savior arc only last 1.5 seasons instead of 2.5, or 1 instead of 2, depending on if you consider the back half of season 6 to be in it? Yeah, I would have preferred just season 7 to be the Whisper arc. Have some of season 6 in there where you kind of build that all up. But I think the war arc and all of that, all of season 7 and 8 should have been combined in 7, just because there wasn't a lot you could really do with the arc, in a sense that a lot of season 8 definitely picked up the pace, but there was a lot of episodes that were just pure filler. You didn't need to do that. You could have made it more interesting. In season 7, there was a lot of filler. Season 8 was better than 7, but 7 had a lot of filler. And so, I think you can easily condense all of that down and make things really exciting and just make a really amazing all-out war season. At We Are The Walking Dead asks, which reunion are you looking forward to more, Rick and Morgan or Rick and Daryl? Well, Rick and Daryl right now, because Morgan doesn't know what happened to Rick, so I would say Rick and Daryl. Pineapple_King asks, what would you do with the characters of Clementine's story if it were up to you? Would you leave them in a video game format, or do you think they should make a Walking Dead spin-off show following the events of the Telltale? Even for the beginning, they could probably get Stephen Yeun back to play Glenn, since Glenn appears in the Telltale game. Yeah, I think they should make that a television series, a 4-season television series of 10 episodes, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 episodes. Or you could probably do 10 episodes. You could probably stretch it out, maybe 8. I think they should do that. The Walking Dead wants a good idea for a spinoff. Do that. Like that story with Lee and Clementine, that would happen in the season 1 finale, and you would follow what happened to Clementine afterwards, and you would see how her story ended and stuff. And I know season 1 is like the best of all the Telltale games, but I still think overall that series, if it's a 4-season series, it's just going to be amazing. Alrighty, but I'll leave it here. I want to answer a lot more of these questions. There's so many good questions here, but I'll leave it here. Thank you guys so much for posting and being involved in these Q&As. It's so much fun to do, and tomorrow I'll get back to doing videos. I wish there was a Walking Dead episode to watch tomorrow, but we do have those Thursday reveals, so tomorrow I will do a Thursday reveal video and talk about everything. Hopefully it's something good. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but yeah, we'll see. So post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.